Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely fine. My name is Prince and you are watching the Tech Stream. And today I'm going to talk about the new processor chipsets that Qualcomm announced in the Snapdragon Tech Summit. Yes, the new Snapdragon 865 and 765 has been announced, and today we are going to talk about the Snapdragon 865. So without wasting any more time, let's talk about the improvements and additions made to the 865 processor. So Qualcomm has announced their latest flagship chipset, the 865 processor, and it will be a successor to the 855, and you will be seeing this chipset in most of the phones that will be released in 2020. So 865 comes with a lots of performance and informants, AI processing, photography, and of course gaming. It'll offer faster graphics performance and support higher resolution cameras. We'll talk about every aspect one by one. So the 855 processor gives 25% faster raw performance over the 855 processor. And Qualcomm hasn't changed the primary CPU architecture from the Snapdragon 855. However, the Snapdragon 865 uses the new ARM Cortex A77 cores with the primary performance core using a Kryo 585 clocked at 2.8 GHz and 3 Kryo 585 cores clocked at 2.4 GHz and 4 Kryo 385 cores which will be clocked at 1.8 GHz. So that's a massive improvement in performance considering the architecture has not been changed from the 855 processors. Now the next thing is there will be major improvements in photography with the 865 processors because the 865 processors have now support for improved cameras. They have a new digital signal processor named Spectro 480 which can process up to 2 gigapixel per second speed, and that's a big improvement in photography and we will be seeing it in the coming phones. Now the Spectro 480 also supports 4K HDR and 64 megapixel burst images at the same time, and it can also capture images up to 200 megapixel single image which was earlier 48 megapixels, also 4K shooting at 120 fps and 8K recording at 30 fps. Plus slow motion 960 fps can still be recorded at 720p resolution. So that will be a major improvement in cameras. And the next thing will be Quad HD displays. The 865 processor will be capable of pushing the Quad HD Plus resolution at 144Hz. So the gaming experience will definitely go up. And also the upcoming 865 will also have a new component called Sensing Hub which will ensure highly accurate voice detection all while using extremely low power. And with the Hexagon 698 and a tensor accelerometer, Qualcomm says that the new AI engine offers doubles the performance over the Snapdragon 855. So the AI performance is rated at 15 tops and claimed to be 25% more power efficient. So that will also be a great improvement. Now let's talk about audio and voice. The new aptX voice was announced just before the Snapdragon Tech Summit, promising superior sounding voice calls when taking on Bluetooth headphones. Snapdragon 865 will likely support aptX voice along with Bluetooth 5.1 and Wi-Fi 6 connectivity. So the next gen high-end smartphones will support the very best wireless connectivity, better Bluetooth calls and music. And now coming to the main focus of the whole Tech Summit, 5G. The new Snapdragon 865 package includes Qualcomm's X65 that will give you 5G connectivity, and it claims speeds up to 7.5 Gbps, but 5G still has a long way to go in India. However, the X55 chipset is not integrated with the 865 chipset because the features and capabilities of X55 require the modem to be a certain size and consume a certain amount of power. So when integrating any piece of silicon, area size and power have implications for both components inside the chip, and that is why it is not integrated in the chipset, because if any piece of silicon or anything is added, area size and power have implications on another components of the chipset also. Hopefully we'll see a lot of phones coming next year with the 865 chips which have 5G support. And now coming to the online benchmark results, the result states that the 855 processor had 3400 to 3500 single core and 10400 to 11300 multi-core results, while the 865 has 4300 plus in single core and 13000 plus in multi-core, so which is a huge improvement over the predecessor. But it is also possible that the Snapdragon 865 score was achieved with a reference device rather than a commercially available smartphone, so it don't necessarily reflect the real world scores but still gives us a rough idea of what to expect from the commercial devices. So the new 865 processor has major improvements over the 855 one, and I'm excited to see how the new phones coming in 2020 will take advantage of this powerful chipset. So that's all for this video. Hopefully you learned something new today. Smash the like button if you did. Comment down your opinion on the new 865 processor and subscribe to the channel for more tech videos. Thank you for watching.